want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. So once a week I do a live feed on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. I interact with you spend about an hour. It's great fun. Well, in order to do that, I have to have internet speed that is more than 1 megabyte per second, which is still ridiculously slow, but that's what I got to have. Well, a lot of times out in these campgrounds, you're just not going to get that kind of speed, so that means once a week I have to go to an area that has at least 1 megabyte upload speed. Download speed doesn't really matter. So right off the highway, here in Florida, there is a trailhead. Now what a trailhead is a lot of states and national forests and different communities put together a trail that goes across their state or whatever. Well, here in Florida, they have the Florida Trail. And it goes all the way from the southern tip of Florida all the way to Alabama. I'm on it right now. And the way you know that you're on it is you see trees, about every, 100 feet or so that has these little orange markers on it so you don't get off the trail. But it's a very nice trail. We've walked quite a bit of it in 2 different campgrounds, In order to get to these trails, there is what's called trailheads. Different campgrounds might be a trailhead. That way, if you can plan out your trip right, you can stop at one of these campgrounds. You can camp on the trail itself. You'll see people sometimes on the trail with a tent right here, something like that. Last night, we came to a trailhead. Now, I guess we were expecting something a little bigger, but like I said, you can camp on trailheads. It is in the brochure, and we specifically looked this one up in the brochure. Well, what it is, it's just a parking lot. So, we were kind of surprised that this wasn't like a regular campground. We really felt like we weren't in violation of anything because there was, camping allowed, 14-day stay limit, the whole works. So we backed our camper up to the spot, and we decided, you know what? This is not a typical trailhead that we're accustomed to. Now, this is not something I've never seen before. I've never seen a palm tree out in the middle of the forest. That's something else. Now, you see them all through Florida, but I've never seen one in the forest. That's something. So you just seen something I've never seen before. At the same time, we decided we're not going to stay here for any longer than the 24 hours. What it is this trailhead is just off the road, about a quarter mile. I can hear the traffic, but there is local traffic going through this little sand road. And what's amazing is that you can barely get one car down it, but there is a whole community down there that live in their houses. This concerns me. Now, I know that I have an argument, and this is where I struggle with folks sometimes. I know I have a legitimate argument that I am completely legal being parked here. If anybody stops and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm camping," and you tell them to mind their own business, those kind of things. I don't see it that way. I mean, no sooner did we back up, I got out of the camper. The guy was coming down that sand road and just slowed way down, stared at us. I waved, of course he waved. When the people see something out of the ordinary, whether you can do it or not, they start to get nervous. So there's 2 problems that will result in this. The first problem is they are going to call the authorities. If I'm still here tonight and that guy drives by again tonight, he's going to call the police. The police will come down. Of course, I'm going to say, "Yes, officer, I'm completely within my rights. Here's the pamphlet." And then, of course, the police officer isn't going to do anything. What he'll do is he'll call the ranger. And then the ranger will come out and make sure that there's nothing going on. So all of a sudden, you got all this attention on you. And to me, I don't like the attention. I don't like the knocks on the doors and the explanations and having to, prove myself that I am not doing anything wrong. I mean, I'm sure the ranger is going to know that I'm not doing anything wrong, but I still got to talk to him. And there's no reason to talk to him. When you live in your stick and brick, you don't talk to police officers and rangers and every other kind of official because they want to know what you're doing. Second part of this, and I would suspect that if I can come down here, you know, every couple of years, park here for a night, I'll never get the authorities called on me. But if I start staying here all the time, the local residents are going to say, hey guys, you know, we're going to petition the National Forest. This is uncomfortable. We got all these campers parking here and camping in this little parking lot. We don't like it. They never did it before. And what happens is once it's out that I can park here and other RVers start learning about this stuff, then they're going to park here. Now with me, I made it look like that I was just parking my vehicle here. That maybe I was doing an overnight trip on the trail, so I just parked my vehicle here. I did the best I could. I didn't make it look like we set up a campsite. I made it look like it was a truck with a camper backed in there. All the lights were off. The best I could do, being stealthy. I recognize I'm not stealthy. I stick out like a sore thumb. But I tried to make it look like I wasn't actually sleeping in my camper. I was trying to make it look like I was walking the trail. That way, maybe it would reduce the suspicions of the folks who live out here. So what would happen is if the word got out, hey, you can park at these little trailheads. Come on, everybody. Then all of a sudden, it's no longer overnight stay. People are bringing out their generators and blaring their music. Oh, great, no rules. Trash would accumulate just as quick as you can make it. The advice today is pay attention to what the people are doing when you come to an area. Carolyn said this to me the other day. She said, you know, before I met you, I really never paid attention to what people were doing. But now she really pays attention. She starts to see, wait, this guy's staring at us. Wait, this guy slowed way down. Why is he slowing down? And so when you start paying attention to what people are doing, you'll quickly start to learn, oh, they're not used to this kind of behavior. So that makes you able to adjust your behavior so you're not upsetting them and getting the authorities called on you. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.